All right, we're back. Round two. We're going to work on picks for another hour, and then I need to take a look at a Reku, and then we'll do some work on Unbroken, and that'll pretty much be the whole day. um, all right, so I'd like to take a look at the pattern in this hoodie. We add a mask here with a fill layer. Do something like, what kind of patterns do we have? Something interesting. Stripes might work. Actually, this would work nicely. Rotate it, or no, set it to spherical projection. Move it here. And then rotate it 45 degrees. Something to this effect. Hey, thank you, Nguyen. Hello, hello. I don't mind that. Okay, that's just okay. Also doesn't seem properly. That must be because I like this and maybe rotate it this way instead. Interesting. Don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Kind of a cool look, though. Maybe I should just do cylindrical instead. Then tile it or rotate it 45. What do we think of that? Yay, nay. Just gets a little weird in these spots. All right, we'll come back to the hood. I'm not entirely sure what I want for the interior, but we have other things we can focus on. So let's do a material for the hoodie. Something. That looks a little odd. More fabric. Segaiha. Something synthetic. Boom. Tiled. Rotate it 90 degrees. It's a little tough due to the stretching. Doesn't quite work as one might expect. All right, we'll come back to that. Add a template flat. In the fill, would like to add a stripes with no shift and turn up the amount and the width this way. Make it dark. I kind of like that. Looks very plastic-ish, plasticky. Should it be the same material as here? So this gradient looks a little much. Very burnt. Let's get on the plastic. Let's add a cloth template. Boom. Remove the mask. And here, shrink it. Move it down, over this way. More shrinking. More over. Rotate it. It's a little odd. Maybe this way. Kind of like that. Let's take out the color though. Oh, thank you, Pixel. All right. Something to that effect. Oh, thank you. Looks like plastic though. It does. Oh. Well. Thought we crashed for a second. Let's double check here though, because here it's opaque. How do I get that to work? I want to go to techwear, material. We want to choose something like transparent clipping. Oh, interesting. Why can we see his butt? Now that'd be an interesting feature. I need some sort of cutoff. That's not it. Okay, so we will have to make that a separate material. I don't think there's any other way for that to work. Because the way it works is it's going to let the other materials come through. So opaque for now. All right. Kind of hopping around, jumping to this and that. Let's go to the jacket. Let's give it a base material. Let's do an artificial leather below. Something like that. Looks quite nice. Maybe tiled one more time. All right, that looks good. Then we want little rips there, or there's like a stitching pattern. Oh, I'm in the wrong ear. So it's just on the front. Put it up top. This will be jacket stitch. A fill. Something. We'll do a scratch. Or actually, squeeze is better. Wish it was a little bit easier to control these shapes. Something to this effect. That. Duplicate it. Linear dot. No need to rotate it. I'm just going to move it down. So be one there as well. Then be cool if there was a way to actually, yeah, we'll do that on a different layer. Add some stitching across it for now. Make it dark. Push it in. Roughness down. AO a little bit. Got a nice little cut now. Then we want that stitching. I actually have this here. There is a zigzag. Perfect. So, then we'll add a paint layer on top. We'll add a fill on top. No repeat. There and there. This does start moving more here. That's a little frustrating. Doesn't quite line up the same way. All right, so what I'll do is delete that, new fill layer, or fill mask, put it below, go back to the stitch generator, zigzag again, repeat vertically, I think, planar projection, and move it right. In. So hard to scale things in Substance. You have to like zoom really far out to do it properly. Far out, man. There we go. Much better. Right around there. But now this stitching is quite even. Do one more. That. Okay. Then for the coloring here, let's turn down the roughness. It already is. And I think we'll just want a little mask. So we'll have anchor point, anchor shadow. Pull that out. This should be jacket, stitching, shadow. Boom, 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 jacket, stitching, mask. Uniform, blur it, shrink it. Right about there. And maybe just a tiny bit of height. Give it a little bit of indent. Looks like it's actually interacting with the fabric. All right. I like it. What else? That looks odd. Man, I love the way you texture things, Sam. Brings it to life. Oh, thank you, Pixel. It's really just in the last year or so that I feel like I've really gotten the hang of it. Mostly just learning Blender or Substance. But thank you. What is this here? Also that. Be in here. Cloth fold template. It's gradient. I keep misaligning the gradients on the sleeve. Did I move the sleeve? I don't think so. I must have, though, because almost every single one on the sleeve is just slightly off. And I feel like I would have noticed that. Look at that, just ever so slightly off. Funny. All right. Oh. So we have the patch and the patch shadow. So for the patch, we're going to add a paint and just make sure to remove it from sleeve here. Make sure to put that before the mask. And there we go. No weird blotch. All right. So now let's think about the hood interior a little bit more after this finishes saving. It's taking its time. There we go. All right. Not that. Not that at all. Hey there, Nguyen. Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Hello again. Hey there, Fat Nasty. Welcome. Hello, hello. Woo! Woo! We're working on this outfit here for Pix. We've got some of it in Unity. These cables are looking nice. Yeah, I think maybe just a trim, like a glow trim. That'd be cool. Not like the whole thing, but just around the edges might look quite nice. Or even on the lower edge in here. So it's not like up, but it is down there. I feel like this isn't affecting the hood interior anymore. Why is that? It's definitely not. Drop some close-ups of my camper in the Discord. Let's take a look. Yo! Nice. Very cool. Hey, that's awesome. Interesting door. Kind of that curve up on the side. I won't tell anyone if I'm telling them, but I gave up on it before modeling the hitch. I didn't hear anything. Hey, that's very detailed. Did you use geometry for the tires too? Oh, you did? Wow. That's quite the tire tread. Nice. Very cool. Little clamps too. Dang. All geometry. That is intense. Hey, good job though. Very cool. Didn't have time to pick anything out. I mean, that's fair. That's already a lot of work. Oh, oh, sorry to yawn. Oh, of course, I have a mask on this. There we go. That's why I was acting weird. Got a little mascaroony. I'm done. Add the mask back. Add a fill. In the fill, do a full color, but then move that to nice. Something like this. Oops. Like that. Just a little bit of edge glow. Zoom. Also put it on the bottom. Maybe both. Sam, welcome, buddy. Welcome. Actually, that glow probably works a lot better. Well, thank you. I think bottom and edge would be awesome. Perfect. Then we will move that over. Right around there. And then we'll go ahead and call it hood, interior, edge, glow. Oh, thank you for the bits. too kind. I'm feeling. I was going to try to think of a pun, but I can't think of anything. A bit bitty. I'm feeling bitty. Well, thank you. Let's copy this one here. Sleeve glow border. Put it here. Put it as hoodie glow border. Oh, thank you. Anchor mask. Things are coming together quickly. Feeling good. Now we should have a little bit of a bevel around this. Doesn't seem to come out this way, so move it over just a little. Kind of cuts off there. So we'll move it here. Move that way, and then move this way. Right about there. Okay. Let me move that back in. Bevel, smoothing down. Distance. Something like right there. Looks pretty good. Nice. All right. Hoodie. And we already got some AO in here. We'll add a little bit more. A little bit darker. Oh. Oh, gotcha. I'm adjusting the wrong thing. I'm setting this to multiply. Why is it looking? Hey there, Kami. Welcome. I'll make it red, but I can't make it dark. Something odd is at play. Something odd indeed. Have that on. Normal. Something odd. Anyway, it's working now. All right, so that should give some nice contrast. We'll save that. And we're going to go ahead and export it. Take a look in Unity. Unity. Maybe. Eventually. It's amazing how you work in Blender or Substance for a while and then it just gets slower and slower at saving. Oh. Cabling to the hood. The curse of Adobe products. Indeed. Indeed. There we go. Nice dark hood interior with a glow. I like it. Dope. All right, let's go back here. Been wanting to ask Pixel ever since I learned you made your own character reference drawings. Are you a professional artist yourself? Put on this his I hate Adobe badge. Hi everyone, what's up? Hey Snardum. Strap pretty. No, I want cabling. Copy. Oops. Copy it. Go to hoodie. Interior glow border. Interesting. That's not going to quite work. I mean, that's kind of interesting. But a little odd. I think what I'd rather do is make a folder, copy this mask. Oh, wait, this is the border. No, we want to copy this mask. Then we make a fold. Then we make a mask. Then we paste this into the mask. And then we delete this mask. Then we drop this into the mask. Then we can drop that into there as well. Into there as well. Into there as well. We drag it a few times. Let's back up a second. There we go. So we do it that way, but I kind of want to do it other way. Nice. Yeah. 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 Wonderful 3D stuff. Oh, thank you. A noise. Yeah, that's the little detail we need. It's just there was so much detail in drawing, could be passion as well, but just made me wonder. I think Pixel is just kind of coming in and out of the stream, so I don't know if they saw your message. All right, this is looking good. How dare you? No, you're fine. We do want to go to the TechWare reflection. Found the stuffed penguin. I can keep it, right? Is it stuffed with cocaine? I dabble in art and background in graphic design from university, but never completed the course. Mostly just do art to calm myself. Very good reason. This is a little lower res, but I mean, it looks good. Just very soft. I don't smell benzyl from it. All right, things look good. We still need to clean up these buckles here and then move the straps around. clipping there. Move the belt forward. Or actually move the belt backwards because we want the strap to be on top, I think. Then we got our bags. Okay. Back to painter. Gotta love the bags. Love them. Love them. Belt, 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 belt. Or yeah, sorry. Switching directions. We're actually going to remove the normal, remove the ambient occlusion. Go down here. We have our base. And we're going to make a folder next to that. Put it under the base. Call this mesh maps. Then in here, make a fill. We just do normal and AO. Go tech where this is the normal and tech where ambient occlusion. So now we've added them back, but we can edit them now. Add a mask. Go here and just remove the buckle from that bake. So now it looks nice and shiny. I like it. It looks like we should do the same to the straps as well. Very cool. Anything else? It all looks good otherwise. Yeah. All right. Cool, thanks. Just love the design. We clearly put a lot of thought into it. It was fun seeing Sam bring it to life 3D, but was amazed at the detail. I'm good. Ooh. Sorry to be yawning so much, y'all. Coming down from all my freaking Red Bull today. I'm going to move these to here. And now this will allow us to create little different sections. Set it to linear dodge, duplicate, and something like that. Duplicate again. Then make it a darker color. That, get a little bit of punch up the height a little bit. And then we'll do our favorite anchor shadow. And an anchor point here. Say belt texture shadow. Belt. Now we've got a nice little pop. Smooth it. Always like the uniform blur. Just looks a little bit nicer. Thank you. I tend to try and make my characters interesting outfit-wise because they aren't almost always a cliche personality or action-wise. I find interesting characters that are more visually pleasing or interesting to have a greater effect with first impressions. That's very true. I mean, that's like the secret for anime as well. Good anime designs. Just, visual appeal comes first. height. Replace texture here. And I'm going to add below this a fill layer for belt texture. And of course, mask it. In the mask, we add a mask fill, pattern, texture, pattern. We'll do something, I don't know, something wild. Meh. I like that. Ignore the difference, or ignore that it's affecting the belt buckle. Something wild. Yeah, that looks nice. Maybe one more tiling if we can. Yeah, a little bit smaller. Then let's make sure our belt buckle is above, and we set this height to replace and also give it some height so that it remains unaffected. Nice. I like that. Now for the belt texture here, we just add a little bit of something else. Yeah. I think we're pretty much good to go there. We will take the belt texture shadow and we want to switch it to belt texture highlight. This, flip this to an inverse subtract. Base color, set this to linear dodge. Color should be much lighter now. And go the other direction, like so. A little bit of color. Give it that pop. Poppity pop. Well, maybe a little bit of height. All right. That looks nice. This shadow up top seems a little funky, though. Hello, Alvin. Welcome. How's your day going? Happy Friday. See if I can find my belt gradient. There we go. Oh, I named it. I should have just looked for the name. There we go. Okay. Now that's blending nicely. My electric razor broke, so now I'm forced to have a beard. But other than that, doing all right. How about you? Beard time. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We're working on pics right now. We got a lot of texturing done so far. Um, and we're just kind of continuing to wrap up that TEXTURIN. Still more to do, but we're getting through it. Say belt button. Were the suspenders next to the belt? So the suspenders here will go over it. Here's kind of the look of it, of the character. Missing a shoe, but ignore that. Yeah, it's coming out super nicely. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, feeling pretty good. It's almost at this point, missing a shoe, no mask, wondering where his life went. I don't know. What happened to me? I'll make some regular suspenders, but it was surprisingly difficult to get the suspenders to look loose. Interesting. Oh, should have put this name here and pulled that out and deleted the folder. Going in here, anchor point. Yeah, the things that hug the body can be little difficult sometimes. That's interesting to think about. Would you then suggest for complex characters in a story, you generally suggest a more simplistic outfit? I think usually, and just in my opinion, it kind of works the other way. In animation, like in anime, usually characters look simpler just because uh, animation itself has a limited budget. Belt button, belt. I would like this to be a little bit sharper. So I'm going to remove that and then just use an actual rectangle tangler. A rectangle. little bit smaller. I can see the benefit if you would have to draw the same character in a cartoon 100 times, but I guess if you're working with 3D models, it doesn't really need to be that way anymore. 100%. Like they need to be straight to look like they're pulling the pants, but then they sort of made them clip into the shoulders. Well, if you need some help getting them rigged, I have some add-ons to recommend to you once you're at that stage. Um, but I wish you well with the modeling. It can be a challenge to get them to be snug. And a lot of the times, something that is really like wrapped around something, like it's got some tension, like it won't curve to the body 100%. Like if there's like a concave shape, it'll bridge over because it has pull, got tension on it. The benefit if you have draw, yeah, absolutely. I think CG you can make characters a lot more complicated, but if you look at like an animation, generally the main characters are much more complicated looking than like the background characters. For animation, the simple characters are usually side characters. Exactly. When the main character having distinguishable outfits and shapes that even at a distance can be recognized as them, like the more concept art or comic style kind of character, say a hero or main cast member can be more recognized through symbols or repeated outfits, and a the story or what they're wearing and have on them. Big thing in comics, seeing villains have these super complex designs and outfits. That's very true. Thanks. And I'd love to hear about the plugins. Okay, yeah, heck yeah. So I was just recommending this to someone the other day, but mesh data transfer is a fantastic tool for transferring your rigging from your body to your clothing. Definitely recommend checking that out. Probably one of the better add-ons I've ever used because it just so useful. Very, very useful. Very, very useful. Oh, excuse me. Mentioned that one in the rigging tutorial. Correct. Correct. Um, I wouldn't want to rig without it. Really would not want to rig without it. There's ways to do a similar operation just in standard Blender, but I think this add-on does a better job. All right, got a glowy button now. We'll have to kind of resituate the belt a little bit. Um, Looks good though. Looks good. Need to make this metallic. And then as for these, we'll have to swap the color on them a different way with the decals once we add the back logo and the some of the other stuff. Be nice to have this be a little bit darker as it blends in with the arm. I'm gonna duplicate this and remove its influence, or yeah, remove its influence and paint it back here. But then just that bevel, so it goes a little bit farther out, and slap a levels on it. Oh, it's a red? Why is it red? So it's on over. Set it to multiply. Interesting. All right, but now we can push it in and pull it out. So we get that shadow to come out a bit further. Pretty cool color scheme of this character. Yeah, I think so as well. Nice colors for the neon. Really enjoyed making the little cabling there. There, that's better. Helps pop that out. Nice. Nice. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate your answers. It has really expanded my mind in terms of character design, just the visual understanding of comics. Yeah, it's interesting. There's just, I think with all forms of art, it really, things can be as uh, detailed as you let them be, in a sense, where it's like you really can push something really, really far in terms of visuals, in terms of the look of it, how the looks interact to create certain kinds of feelings. I think that's the fun. That's the fun in it. Let me pull the belt buckle out. And we're going to actually add a holster to the belt buckle. So that I can very easily add our fills to this. What's the best way to do that? I think we make another fill, set it to no repeat, planar projection, and we kind of squish it way down, move it over. Although I have all this insight into character design, I still allowed Pix to have one of the most complex advanced stories that I've ever made for a character. He's a very interesting person with a hell of a world he lives in. We had a lecture about details in character design. They said just because you can add excessive detail doesn't mean you should. Areas compete for attention to confuse the viewers on where to look makes nothing stand out. But everything's in contrast to itself. So it's like, especially like the rules of art. Like you wouldn't want everything to be super complex, but I think rules are made to be broken. Now, you don't want every character in a story to compete visually, but I think you can look at a lot of anime and cartoons in general where it's like, look at League of Legends, it's like those and detailed, but the way they buy certain things about them um, allow them to really still work, even when they're Wait, that was such a smart way of doing that to just them. That's why I love Substance, because it just saves a lot of time. Like, oh, I can just I can just cheat. Yay. Let's hear it for Substance. Bam. There, I think that looks good. Let's take a look in Unity. I'm going to export textures so I can't talk for a second. I didn't even know you could do that. What's that Boolean thing called? So these are when you're looking at your textures, um, and you go up here, they have the projection settings. Usually, for most things, you're you have them set to UV projection, which means you are projecting your image onto the UV map. But these other options are 3D ways to project it. It still all ends up in your UV map at the end, but you can basically just literally, like a camera projector, take a shape and project it onto the model. So it's not that these shapes are interacting together. I'm just layering one shape on, which is this square shape, which kind of makes this rectangular cut. And then I make another one cut out of it the other direction. But they don't really like know of each other in any sense. They just project onto the UV map and then erase each other out or add to each other. But yeah, super useful. Saves me a ton of time. One of my main favorites of Substance. Though I do like it when they actually import. That would be nice. uh, why didn't they come in? Ah, I hate when it does this. There's something about they just recently did something in Substance. I don't know what it is, but when you have a mirrored model, it only lets you put your projectors on the left side, or I guess it'd be the character's right side. But it only works on this other side, which is so funny. So I have to recreate this on this one, because it's not going to work on the other one. Silly. Is there any generic character development you can share as to what poster? There we go. That looks good. I think we need to rotate it a little bit so that it's angular. That. Well, yeah. I should do that. Bam. Substance is trying to eat your voice every so often. It's when I'm exporting textures, it really eats my voice. Never start with the character. That's my main advice for making a character. If you make the character and then the world they live in, you will almost always find the world revolving around the character. Flesh out the world, then make your character according to what you know those world rules and lore are. Smart. Interesting, but there's a grain on it. That looks odd. Okay. Never mind. I will just rotate just the mesh instead, but we'll do that later. Okay. Now for the tassels, I'm just going to make those this color. And lastly, we'll take the belt and add this to it. Okay, sorry, not belt, belt buckle. All right. Almost there, almost there. Need to add some more stuff to the shoe, make it feel a little bit more like a shoe. Right now it just is a shape. And the bags. I also would say, just for character design, in my mind, it's like I don't think there is such a thing as perfect character design. Like, it really just comes down to this idea of a appeal. Like, do you find this character appealing? Like, that's kind of just a gut yes or no. There's always things to like push and pull on character design, but like what character? It's very much like fashion, right? It's like what character designs people generally like, find interesting. That kind of exists only in this space of time, and like what your interests are in that character really only exists in that space of time. Um, Certainly, there's like iconic character designs. Um, Cowboy Bebop, Spike looks really cool, things like that. But I don't think there's. I would avoid anything that prevents you from just making the character and then just actually finishing that character design, because there's no such thing as perfection when it comes to characters in terms of actually making the character. I mean, clearly, damn, that kind of blows my brains, but actually, it makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. Yeah, I like Pixel's advice quite a. Something I will use as well. Oh. All right, we need some sort of something to break these apart. So right now they look a little simple. Hmm. I kind of like their look though. I just need a little lock. And then like maybe a shadow here. Something to pop the top section off. Okay, so let's go to the satchels. We're going to add a fill. We'll do anchor shadow template. One, let's say satchel shadow. Then remove. Take those, rip them, delete them. We have the mask already. We can actually make the selection. Okay, so add a paint here. Perfect. And we're already adding those shadows. A character to me is always a character with some power, but also a certain flaw. which makes them interesting. Fair. Fair. I think for me, I was kind of, I guess I was most speaking to like my struggles with coming up with characters, which I tend to always like waffle on like character design. And I really don't believe in the idea of like a perfect character as in they're flawless. I just mean like your ability to actually like for me, my ability to actually like be okay with a character design. It's like I come up with the character design and I want to keep tweaking it until I have something that is perfect in the sense that like there there's something that some criteria that I have to pass. Um, so I think I'm mostly speaking, and from my perspective, in terms of like that, or creator anxiety of like trying to find something that is that there's character is perfect for the story, uh, not necessarily that they are a character without flaws, because that's certainly not a good character. Bring the leather back in. I like that little bit of a shiny top to it. A little too shiny right now. Roughness. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's make a little latch. Just a satchel lid. Probably not the right word, but saving takes so long now. So I disappeared. I tried out the projection you showed. Can't get it to work quite right. So I guess I had to watch some tutorials on it. The one thing you want to make sure is with your projections is don't make any adjustments till you change the projection type. If you scale your projection or move it around on your UV map and then change it, it's going to be it ends up a little odd. Um, and then the other thing is I'm doing all the projections in my mask. So where is it? Belt buckle. So all my projections here are in on my mask layer. So I made a mask and then I right click, add a fill, and then in the fill, then I'm making it a planar projection. Sorry. And then the other thing is make sure it does not repeat. You want to make sure repetition is off. Otherwise, it ends up everywhere. So no repeating. You can crop it as well. Probably should crop it to shape. So yeah, something like this. I'll go and just post that in the Discord. So make sure it's a mask. Oh, and then change your layer type. And then those are your settings. So I'll go ahead and post that in Discord if you want to have my settings. And we'll do Sam. Boom. Maybe I moved it around then. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to. It's definitely worth or fun playing around, but they can be a little finicky. Also, make sure they're on when you're looking at the front of your character. If you have a mirrored character, the projection has to be on the left side. It has to be on the left side of the character. Um, whatever chunk of mesh is on the left when you're facing your model, you want your projection to be on that side. It didn't always be like that. It wasn't always like that, but in one of the recent Adobe updates, they changed it somehow. I don't know. I don't know what they did, but it broke in. All right, anchor shadow template 2. Take these out, or actually leave them in. Call this latch. Latch. Satchel. Gotcha. I tried it on the Blender Monkey primitive. I do have Substance Painter 2019 though, so I might have an old NPN left thing. Oh yeah, you may not have to worry about it then. But it's definitely one of the errors I encountered. But it sounds like I think you should be just good to go. I'm about to set it up from scratch as well. So planar projection, repeating, crop to shape, turn up my grayscale. I'm gonna set it to linear dodge. And grab the little tool. Mew. 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 Something like that. And we'll make it metal. Metal. Let's see, maybe we can add a fun shape to this. Just something a little bit more visually interesting. Like an arrow. Yeah. That looks nice. Then duplicate it. Move this one over here. A little bit higher. Then go to the shadow. Tweak our little bevel. Works now, thanks. Hey, no problem. I'm happy to hear that. I need to put this above these subjects. There we go. A little bit like that. Then we'll give it some height, push it in. A little roughness. About there. Poop, 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 poop. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. All right. Dang, he's looking awesome. Ba-da-da-da-da. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I want to go back here, select the shoe, give it a mirror, and re-export this. Bam, 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 bam. Ah. What? Ah, that's why it took so long. I needed to make sure to hit FBX, VR chat with mods, select objects. There we go. Shoe. Shoe. Okay. What's left? Not too much left. We'll do the text and stuff on Monday, all the little writings and emblems and stuff. Those will all be on Monday. Everything else is looking pretty dope. Let's get, I think there should be some kind of paneling on the hood, and there should be two buttons up. So I'm going to make that paneling kind of look. Also, I don't think I'm a fan of this kind of ribbed look. I'd rather have it feel like a plastic, like a tarp canvas kind of feel for the hood. So, go find that hoodie. This dotted line synthetic fabric I'm getting rid of, and we're dropping in something else. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what's this look like? That's a little too much. It's nice, but it stretches so much. Yep. Why don't we just go here, go to the right, slap it with some sort of noise, tile it, Actually, maybe even hit the triplanar projection. That way it'll be uniform. Then we go to height here. Set it to like 2. Maybe even perhaps a 3. Uh-oh. And one change. Turn that off. New layer. We should be doing this as a mask. So that I can do both color and height. And still adjust this as well. Just not quite satisfied. All right, that's okay. Let's add the paneling and stuff, and maybe that will help what I'm feeling. You can also drop in the cloth folds here. Nice. That seems to work quite well. Then we'll do the paneling. Drop that here. Move the mask. Paneling. Panels. Panel. Shadow. Then fill. Bam. Planar projection. And cropped. Shrink. Boop. 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 There shouldn't be any rotation. It's not rotated. Okay, perfect. And we kind of move it up. Then duplicate, add a subtract. Bring that in, duplicate it again. Rotating it. The live paintbrush sure is weird. The paint drips upward. I think you have to add, there's some settings you can tweak for that, but I'm not familiar with them. That's funny though. Oh, there is, but still, why would anti-gravity be the default? That I don't know. Maybe your model's upside down. Some of the paint drips downwards and some upwards. Maybe it follows the edge loops or something. Hmm. There's a lot of really interesting things you can do with the paint. You can make it like create cracks and definitely do a lot of custom behavior. But I'm not. I've never messed around with it myself. Usually use generators for that. What? Hmm. Ah, okay, I know what's going on. That I can fix later. For now, we'll go with that. Nice. The wrinkles look good though. Glowy stuff look good. All right. I think we finished pretty much everything we want for the start of the texturing. There's a lot of little details we're going to add to the avatar, but for now, I need to turn my attention to a Reku, an avatar we made a month or two ago. Um, and we need to investigate some of the issues the model is having. Not really an issue as much as it doesn't work with the MMD worlds, which it should be. Discord. Yeah. bum 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 bum. Ba-dum, 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 bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, and then we'll get into this. Let me just BRB. All right, I'm back. I don't need the expressions to work to test this. I just need. Oh, thank you, Nguyen. Sure. Ah, gotcha. I can't investigate the VTuber stuff, or well, because that would mean they want me to make a VTuber. I'll have to get invoiced for that. Um, but for the MMD step, that would have to be something with the skeleton. And for the hands, these are all correctly assigned. Distal, thumb 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And it condenses all. Autopro condenses all of them. They all should be named properly. So it's not Unity that's messing up. Let's review. Pop my neck. All right, everything's working properly. We want to go to a world, MMD world. MMD. So it works in this one. Oh, that download size, man. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. And apparently, my model is working in that one. Can worlds break your avatar? No. It's more that the avatar is not able to utilize some functions in the world. Um, I think if I understand what Arek is saying is that the fingers aren't moving, fingers are animating. Hmm. Okay, call me. I'm going to turn down my volume. Dance. Yes, that is me. Did I not take my character? Reset. My head's gone in this view. The hand. I think the fingers are animating. That might just be the idle hand that's animating. I don't think they're clearly not matching the song. Okay. So it's boing, no, boing. Man, the movement here is so slow. There we go. Okay, that's better. Just like moving my mouse around just really slow. VR chat and then fuzzy cam. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. MMD to VR chat. I want fingers. My guess is it's how the bones are named. But that'd be weird because then a lot more characters would be broken. So naming conventions wouldn't match. Um, let me say, like MMD world. Cats is broken in newer Blender versions, though, last time I knew. Got it. Yeah, they do have cats, and I'll probably look at that in a second. But what I want to know is not for VR chat. Let's say VR chat MD world asset. Importing MMD dances. They just want to add it to the avatar. It's difficult because most of the time people are searching this, they are looking to just get their character over. But I want the world. I want to understand how the world works. There we go. Discard. VR chat MMD fingers, not man. Oh. Is there something you implemented into every avatar you make, or something the customer paid extra for? The latter. I think in general, most of my avatars are going to work with the MMD worlds, but it's not always the case. Here we go. Guide to MMD Dance World full support logic. When people assume, they try to see how to confirm. In this case, to start. Blah, blah, blah. This might be old. bone. It's interesting. None of this mentions bones, so I'm not sure why it would have an issue at all. I don't know. These are just for blend shapes. Base layers for transforms. What does the base layer look like? We go here. Why is this a clue? Because I'm in the FBX settings. Face. It's just default locomotion. um, okay. Here's what we'll do. We're going to just reset this. Or, yeah. Boom, boom. Okay. We're going to set those to nothing. We're going to upload and we'll see what happens. Because that way we'll know that it's something in our FX layers. And if it's not happening, then we know then we know that it has to be the rig. So that'll be a good way to just determine where the error is. Loading, 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 loading. Oh, I like the little sunset background. That looks nice. Okay. Uploaded the latest version. Back to Steam. Library, play, desktop. Okay. So go back to that world. If the fingers are working, they see me loading. They're waiting. You set me up for success there. Okay. Areku. Now I should have no quick menu. I turned those off. Didn't I just? Oh no, no. It just shouldn't do anything because the I should have the expressions menu, but this shouldn't do anything. So okay, perfect. Okay, good. It's the latest version. Now we can test properly. Worlds MMD dance world. New instance. Other 3D artists. I learned Python to make my own tools for a faster blend workflow. I figured out I could copy paste animation for Unity to combine two animations into one. The power. Here we go. Select a world. See something we can see in. Song. Sure. Be my boy. Dance. Hands are definitely animating now. Okay, so it has to be something with the. Okay, problem isolated. So now we need to look at our action layers. And it would be interesting to know which ones are interfering. Most likely, it is our layer here. Oh, boy. Okay, so before we do that, let's just confirm which one it is. So, bam, let's add the FX layer here, and let's upload again. I'll go to bed now. Have an amazing stream, Sam. Take care. Thank you, Newen. I hope you have some great rest and a great weekend. Hope to catch you Monday, but definitely enjoy your time off. I know I will. You should too. All right. Now we uploaded just the FX layer. All right, MD World. Let's make sure we're using the same one that we know it's broken in. Hello, Tales of Nine. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Okay. Hands are not animating. Okay. Good to know. And then remove it. And in the action layer, we're going to test both. Who's a random little you put the bottom left? So of your two. Oh yeah. I made yeah, that was the first model I made. Skin Sona. That sounds terrifying. Yeah, Frankenstein was the first VTuber. Bye. You sure it wasn't Jesus? That's fair. That's very true. His persona is the Easter Bunny. His parents made it so he can't take credit for that hyperrealist wearing it like he owns it then. Okay, so this one should just have the FX layer in the avatar, which is good. That means that, and if it's broken here, that would suck. Actually, good. Okay, that's not doing anything. That's what we want. Which means now we can go to the MMD world. Nope, wrong one. Or no, was that the one we were in? I like that word, skin sona. Lol. In real life, we're all skin sonas. Oh, I wanted to join a private world. Sorry, I'll lie. I was in Little Tokyo yesterday and found a beautiful laser disc copy of Sherlock. Nice for 25 bucks in a small vinyl store. The friend I was with looked it up today and said the copy I found is worth over $100. Nice, very cool. Okay, perfect. That is good news. It's just the FX layer that is the problem. It is very good. Okay. All right. So that that means what? That means that there are two potential ways to solve this. For our animators, let us go ahead and create a avatar mask, and we'll call it a Reku Avi mask. And we'll use this to derive our info. And basically, I don't think there's any bone animations. There shouldn't be any IK animations. It should just be okay. Well, fortunately, I don't have a Laserdisc player, but I wanted it because the cover is beautiful and in perfect condition. I miss having DVDs and stuff that have covers, video game boxes and stuff. I loved those. Isn't that Miyazaki's first anime? Interesting. For that price, probably I bought it too. Also, I don't have a Laserdisc player. I remember having a Laserdisc player, but a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, so I can add the blend tree. Let's just double check the animations here. Kilt mane, snoot. All of these are just blend shapes. So I should be able to just alt click. Well, we're about to find out. Definitely need to go back before I move and hunt for some things. Also, he also had a signed vinyl copy of Plastic Love, but was selling it for like 200. Do not know what Plastic Love is. Probably the most famous Japanese song from the 80s. Feels a bit normy. I would assume most normal people have never could not name that song. Oh wait, Plastic Love? Wait. I've heard that, haven't I? This is from the 80s? No, this is from a year ago. Nope. It's good. Let's say tools, gesture, Abby editor, FX. Let's just go ahead and test real quick before we upload again. Make sure everything's working. So um, that should be working. That's working. Clothing, kilt. That's not working. Why would that not be working? Let me remove these real quick. They display this mode. What? Why can't I change shit? Oh, of course. Duh. It's because I need to put the animator on him and play. Goes naked, which I suppose is expected. Yes. Made. Perfect. Hat. One. Okay, so it's working there. It's working there. Delete. Save. We're going to upload. And if the fire is out on the body, that means the mask is affected too much. All right, I have some stuff to do, so I'll be in and out. Y'all have a lovely stream. Sounds good, Tails9. Thank you for coming by. I hope you're having a good Friday, and certainly hope you have a good weekend. Oh, bam. These have fire. Let's see the fire. No, I see it. Okay, perfect. All right, which means I don't know why it wasn't working in the gesture manager. Let's test them real quick. What's the button? This is the button. Bloosh. Okay, perfect. All right. Now world. Ba, 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 ba. MMB. Shit, I missed it. I'm on the circle. I'm in the circle. Damn it. Fuck. So there's some sort of interference between our animations here. These animations do affect it. All right, let's look at that this again. FX layer, but it's not. Okay, I don't need to worry about the base layer. Just need to worry about this layer. Here we go. Okay. Make it in station. But the FX layer shouldn't affect bone transforms at all. That's the whole point of the FX layer. It's just for effects. And we even have these avatar masks. Well, this one affects the hands. Gesture left weight. Gesture left weight. Weight of it. So I know that these only affect blend shapes. But let's look at this animate really quick. Animator left hand index stretched. Okay, so this is, it's got to be these. It's got to be these two layers here. Let's go ahead and look at the packages or VRC mocap. No, look at VR chat samples. Or actually, where is this again? Proxy. Masks. VR chat custom FX layer. This is so weird. It says that it shouldn't. I know it is just the FX that are doing it, but it actually shouldn't be affecting anything. But I mean, wait. But if that's the case, then why are they even in a layer? Let me take a look. Controller standing. Yeah, shouldn't I just be able to delete this? Because they literally can't do anything. They shouldn't be able to do anything. All right, let's make a duplicate of this. Layer back up. Take the one we have attached and just delete that and delete that. Save. And that is when we have uploaded, right? Play up layers. And should be able to. Because that's what it's saying. Everything that isn't a muscle animation, which those are, humanoid transform, should go into backslash. So those shouldn't be in. Okay. We're going to test this in VR. Please work. Yes. All right. Yes. Perfect. Ugh, that went right in through my face. It's working! Oh, that was annoying. All right. So the trick was, and I just hadn't realized it, is that on the FX layer you do not need these hand, or I should say, I was using these hand animations to transfer things. No longer. It's not needed. You don't need it. All right. So now we just need to export this. It should just update that animator, right? Just update your animator. Oh, I didn't include. Hopefully, it won't throw. Shouldn't throw an error, but didn't check that. One more test. one more time. There's way too many buttons to click just to do that. Right. So funny. Unity packages are so funny. When you want to export just one thing, it tries to export pretty much everything in your project. I don't know what's up with that. Uniform. Da, da, da. Like 3. Man. Speaking of Unity, a friend of mine told me VRChat released some sort of update that broke old Unity projects using some new folder hierarchy or something. Interesting. I don't know about the. Oh yeah, the yeah. Basically, they moved. That's for very old projects, I think, for very old projects. But basically, in Unity, you have your assets folder, which is like all the stuff that's actually in your project. And then there's a packages folder, which is kind of like protected. And so, yeah, they moved all their stuff over to the packages folder. Ugh, I need to sneeze. Woo. Just let me sneeze. Let me sneeze. What am I doing? So that might be what he was talking about. They did just announce Squishy Bones, which is pretty cool. So, but this may actually fix the wiggling of Sarah's tail. Uh, Basically, there's some like give to bones, so they'll actually kind of like stretch apart or pull together, squash or squish. or stretch or squash. I don't know. Squish squash. It was pretty cool. I think that's going to be very useful, and it should prevent the um, vibrating that happened to Era's tail, I believe. In fact, I should double check I have the latest version of the VR chat package. Boom, boom, boom. Done. So if I go to Fizzbones, what do you say? Is there squishy? Spring. No, that's what been there. Maybe it's not out yet. Aren't you scared it'll break your stuff updating? I mean, it won't break anything that's already uploaded. That makes sense. It may break things in my project, but Unity is actually very flexible with how things break and how you can fix things. All of my avatars are backed up because I export every time I finish one, I export. So I have all of my avatars saved. Um, but I am pretty familiar with how to fix Unity projects. Um, Probably a lot more experience breaking them too. I have done weird, oh, I'll delete this folder, and now it's broken. 34, 34. Okay, let's get some time invested. It tends to be that way. Let's get some time invested in Unbroken. And go ahead and just kind of stitch everything up. I'm not breaking things, I'm learning. Famous last words. Oh, I really wish I could just pop. Sorry, getting distracted. So we need to make an anime face. So let's go ahead and look this up. Boop. Yes. Anime face. This is like an older anime guy in here. Fine. And let's make sure we have this folder selected. Yeah, here's our guy. Why did I import it so ginormous? So this is who we're going to be making. We're going to take a circle of 8 verts, slap on that subdiv, shrink it, move it up. Right about there. Maybe a little bit back. Gonna look like that guy with my broken razor. Embrace the beard. Embrace the beard. The beard. It should be a little bit easier instead of to bevel it. So then I don't have to delete that interior spot. And then we got the jaw started. Do a little cut right here. This will be the eyes. Huffs. Hub just stole the Spotify from me. He's cooking and listening to Echo Dot in the kitchen. Should I retaliate by my manly switching his music to hamster dance? I like that. I like that plan. Alexa, play Despacito. Google, play Despacito. Does the Google AI have a name? I can't remember. The like Alexa version for Google's Alexa. I'll let him finish the song first, but I'm watching the progress bar. Palm bar, just name two. More of their like conversational AI. Bam, bam. Ba, 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 ba. I think we'll go ahead and cut right here. Like that. I don't know. I think Barb will be their Alexa. Otherwise, it was just Hey Google or something. Google Assistant. That's right. That's right. Hey Google. Okay, there we go. Hey Google, play Despacito. There we go. Dun dun dun. Hey GPT-6, write a better song. Bam. And then we want the this should go up. Actually, before I cut that, let's think about this. We need the nose. Okay, so yeah, rip this. This should be the nose and the bottom of the mouth, like that. Then this will be the mouth. Then for the eyes, it's a cyclops. Ah. Do this. Maybe it's okay, Google. He looks a bit sad. Boo! Boo! He looks like a little Frankenstein guy right now. He's making a little sad expression. There we go. Oops, what's this? Ooh, I'm getting hungry. One, two, three. One, two, three. That's 6 total. I'd like another. And that goes together. Be nice to have. I always forget how I do this. Oh yeah. Rip this. Bump. Move it back. Cut. Close. Easy. And the same thing. I could just use a knife tool. Oh. All right. Boom. The trick to making masculine faces is you just make the eyes real small. That's pretty much it. just make the eyes really, and then the jaw. That's all you really need to do. Actually, I'm gonna put a cursor here, delete this, make a circle of 8. Boop, boop, boop. Bridge. All right. And we'll make the nose in a little bit. And we'll make it right now. Boo. Funny. Ah. I thought I disabled that. It shouldn't have zoomed me out like that anymore. Two, three, That's slightly wrong. I want this to come up to be the bridge of the nose, not the 8 R. Move that up. Oh shit. Grab that point. Bada boom. There we go. Okay. We'll come back to that. For now, Skeletor. All right, let's take the brow, move it out because he does have a nice little ridge for his brows. It's kind of squinty. Oh, getting mad. He caved his head. No wonder he's sad. He's on to you with those eyes. Quit staring at me with them big old eyes. I think I'll steal the ear from my avatar parts folder. Era. Era. I shrink. He is animate. He can shrink his pupils. Ah, interesting. doesn't look quite right. There we go. One, two, three, four. Well, all right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Boom, 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 boom. One missed lunch and 4-hour meetings later. Hello. Well, welcome. Sorry to hear you had to do a 4-hour meeting. That sounds dreadful. I'd rather that than mandatory overtime because the devs suck. Mandatory overtime, aka slavery. You can't go home till we let you go home. That sounds awful. Especially when that relies on something someone else is doing. Like it's not just like you're doing overtime. We're doing overtime because someone else broke something. Once it hits 5, it is no longer a problem. So fingers crossed they don't figure it out. I'm rooting for you. But look, it's Mads Mikkelsen. Oh. Will Graham. Need more of a bridge for the nose. Definitely. So take this section and I'm just going to rip it. Will Graham. Will Graham. His mouth is much more of a frowny face in that drawing. So. Oh. The jaw looks really odd. Wide remesher is now an integral part of my 3D modeling workflow. Good. I'm glad you found something that's working well for you. That's always a nice feeling. A level up feeling. You're like, yes, got the handle on this now. Ba, 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 ba. Excuse me. What version of, or is there only one quad remesher out there? Because I've seen some solutions, a lot, quite a few solutions over the years. Which one are you using? I remember when I mentioned Squishy Bones, they've done an announcement on it now. Squishy, squishy. Ah. Oh, yeah. Squishy Bones. Quad remesher is current for 3.5. It's version 0.97, I think. Gotcha. Squishy Bones. Food's about ready. Best be off. Have a nice rest of your day, y'all. Same to you, Arctic. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Friday. And hopefully I'll catch you Monday, but if not, have a fantastic weekend. Go blast your husband with some music. See, that's so good. That's so good. I can't wait to try this. Where is the version 1.1 simplified? So I should have this, right? This is squash, squish, stretch, and squish. I guess not yet. But they had a version. Okay, so I don't have it in open beta. Okay. That's fun. Well, I'm excited. I really am just really pumped to try that for Era. After working on that tail, I think that's exactly the kind of fix that we would need to ensure that there's no glitching at all. None of that glitchy behavior. Good for ears, honestly, and squishy bones on the tail. Yeah, because the reason it jitters so much is because everything moves all at once. But this looks like it will allow the bones to pull apart a little bit, which I believe is exactly what you would need in order to prevent that glitch. Um, I believe. Not 100% sure. Mildly percent sure. Yeah. Whenever I'm unpacked enough to do VR chat, and I'm uploaded. Head needs to be taller. And back. Or move the eyes back. Kind of reminds me of Father from FMA. I am a homunculus stone. That classic anime beard. I don't think I should be making him quite so imposing, angry looking. Just he's just masculine. Though the lips kind of play into that. A gray Honenheim. See what we look like with the armor. Nice. It should be a little bit bigger. The hands look so huge. It's going to take a little bit to get the proportions looking nice because the hands do feel gigantic. That's better. Big hands. It's a big boy. All right. It is 4:43. I'll probably be ending the stream somewhat soon. Um, gonna be doing a game night with some friends tonight. Looking forward to that. But I won't call it just yet. I'll still be on just pretty much until my brother gets home. Um, so not ending now. Just a heads up, time wise. Sam, not working? I know. I think I signed myself up for some weekend work too. Whoopsies. Yeah, that came together pretty quick. Getting better at doing faces quickly. Screenshots for your portfolio and rate a person. Reminders for it. Well, thank you. I have to shoot someone. Oh, speaking of that, brother. Oh, hey, Joe, welcome home. Shoot something on your own time. All right. Well, I think we're gonna do a raid then. Get the stream over to someone else. Let's take a look. Who is worthy? Who is worthy of being rated? Hmm? Hmm? All right. Let's find someone who's doing some creative work. Oh, thank you for coming by, Alvin. Yeah, and thank you everyone for hanging with me today. I do hope you all having just an amazing Friday and an even better weekend. I know I will. Uh, Certainly feel free to reach out on Discord and stuff. I was gonna say my Poe D&D streamers, but they're just talking. Well, we'll see if we can find a creator first. If not, I don't mind sending their way, sending the raid their way. If Chrome doesn't just freeze right now. All right, let's refresh Chrome. Too much virtual booba. Come on, guys. Where are the other creators? Hmm. Hmm. One Tiago in case then. Guess they're rating creepy pastas in Blender. All right. Okay, I'm not going to play that because then I can't play it on Discord. Everyone's on vacation. It's a holiday for 3D modelers. People that actually take breaks are weaklings, one would say. Just kidding. All right, here we go. Oh wait, I have to put in just the name. I messed that up. Well, or is it space? That. All right, everyone, head on over. Thank you again. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me this week. Looking forward to seeing you all Friday or Monday. See everyone. You all have a great night. I'm gonna go head over and raid Wanako Tiago right now as well. See you later. Bye, y'all. Good night, Snardom. Happy Friday, everyone. Bye. Bye.